my true love gave to me, a partridge in a pear tree.
Chill. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a review of a winter legend in the fragrance community. This has to be one of the most talked about fragrances from this house, easily a bestseller from the house of Tom Ford. This is indeed a review of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, the vanilla beast, the tobacco beast as we all know it. Lots and lots of talk, lots and hype about this fragrance in the community, and it's finally time for me to give my opinions on this fragrance right here. All I have is a sample of this. However, the bottle, as we all know, as with every other Tom Ford bottle, is gorgeous. It's got that dark brown kind of a glass to it with the gold placard on the front that says Tobacco Vanille. It's a gorgeous bottle, as with all Tom Ford fragrances. So, Tobacco Vanille is classified as an oriental spicy fragrance. It was released in 2007 and has sweet, tobacco, warm spicy, vanilla, and fruity accords. I'm going to really quickly take a look at the note breakdown using Fragrantica, right there. Up top we have tobacco and spicy notes, tobacco leaf rather. In the mid we have tonka bean, tobacco blossom, vanilla, and cacao, and in the base we have dried fruits and woodsy accords. So all that being said, in terms of smell, Tobacco Vanille is exactly what you get from the name, tobacco and vanilla. However, these two are just blended so well and they are just composed very, very nicely. You know, one, they don't overpower each other. The tobacco and the vanilla, they just really go hand in hand. One isn't stronger than the other. They are both equally level and they both combine so well together. The vanilla, this is not like your airy little light vanilla, right? This is no transparent vanilla. It's a super thick, almost dirty, really rugged, thick vanilla scent. It's very warming and very cozy. And the tobacco, especially in the opening, you really get that tobacco leaf. It's kind of smoky, very damp and wet in the opening. Kind of has a little bit of a cigarette type of a thing in the opening, which I'm not the biggest fan of. This fragrance is not really too complex. It's pretty easy to understand. Definitely manly thanks to the smokiness from the tobacco and the richness that it has. This thing has depth for days, I'm telling you that. The dry down, money, absolute money every single time. Like I said, once you get past the opening, I'm not the biggest fan of the opening. It has this sort of dusty, dry, powdery cacao. It has some spices, and it has this tobacco, which I know a lot of people love, but to me, it's just weird. The tobacco is a little bit too damp, a little bit too off-putting to my nose. Once that tobacco goes away and it becomes a little bit drier, a little bit smokier, and once that vanilla really comes to the front of the stage, this is beautiful. It's a great, great wintertime scent. It's just a really nice gourmand. It is very elegant and classy. It smells like a really well put together guy. And it smells expensive. You know, you don't wear this thing with like shorts and a t-shirt. You wear this with a really nice pea coat or something with some very expensive like tie, and it's just a very nice upscale fragrance. It also has just an air of elegance, an air of sophistication and masculinity that it carries with it. This is unisex, however, I find this quite a bit more masculine on my skin anyway. And yeah, that's about it in terms of smell. Pretty easy to understand, just mostly tobacco and vanilla are what you're gonna get with it for pretty much the majority of the scent, and those two go together so well. Just a very nice, manly, sweet vanilla scent that has some depth to it and it has some masculinity, which is great. So overall, I'm gonna score this scent a 4.5 out of 5. Would be perfect. The opening, I know a lot of people love, but to me, the spices, and it's not my favorite in the opening, it's a little bit too much, a little bit off-putting to me, but like I said, the dry down, boom, money every time. Alright, so with the performance, you've probably heard amazing things about the performance, and I can definitely say that Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, beastly performance. 15 to 20 hours longevity on my skin every time that I wear it. That is absolutely incredible. Projection and sillage are also great, and this stick to the skin like nobody's business. I put this on, and you know, it won't be necessarily projecting across the room, you know, after like 6, 7, 8 hours, but whenever I move and somebody will catch my scent trail, always will give me a comment, always will get me noticed. So I can just say this thing sticks to the skin for a long time. It has a very nice scent cloud and just leaves a really good scent trail for hours and hours and hours. So overall, the performance, what else could I give it besides a perfect 5 out of 5? It is one of the top, longest lasting fragrances I own. Off the top of my head, 1821 Man-Made Sweet Tobacco is the only other fragrance I can think of that lasts longer than this that I own in my collection anyways. So Tobacco Vanille, great performance, 5 out of 5, easily. Okay, now let's go with the versatility factor. People say, yeah, fall and winter. Not really. I don't see this very much working as a fall fragrance. To me, this is exclusively winter, sitting by the fireplace, Christmas time of the year, very cozy and warm. And this is a very nice, versatile fragrance in terms of occasions as well. Occasions you wear this for work, in my opinion, especially if you dress up a little bit and work in an upscale environment. Date. Wow. This thing is a compliment getter, especially the ladies love it. And wait until the dry down. This one will do you wonders on a date. I'm telling you that right now. Also, obviously great for dressing up in formal use, suit and tie. absolute money. It's a guaranteed bet. I also have worn Tobacco Vanille quite a bit casually, and I find that it actually gets me a lot of compliments when I wear it casually as well. So overall, this is just a very versatile fragrance. The only thing I can't really see it working for is like the night out scenario, or let's say in the club. It doesn't really strike me as a club fragrance. It's a little bit too sophisticated and high class for that. But overall, a very, very versatile winter fragrance. It's maybe one of the most versatile winter fragrances that I own in my collection. Very easy to wear, a dumb reach, you can wear for pretty much anything. In the very, very cold weather, it does great because it just has a warming quality about it. So I'm going to score it a solid 2.5 out of 5. It's the highest I can give it because I can only see it working in the colder seasons. But for the colder seasons, it's great. Now let's go with the compliment factor. Tobacco Vanille was my most complimented winter fragrance of last year. Hands down, this thing, every single time I wear it gets me noticed. I don't think I've actually not worn it and not gotten a compliment with it. Pretty much every time I wear it, it gets me noticed and it gets me compliments because it just has a very nice performance with it, obviously, and it's just a crowd pleaser. The vanilla and the tobacco just come across so well. Always gets me compliments, men, women, doesn't really matter. I've had friends compliment me, I've had other people at work compliment me. It's just everybody I pretty much meet will compliment me, and I just always get noticed whenever I wear this. So I think it's the great performance that contributes to this as well. But the compliment factor, 5 out of 5. It did make my top 10 most complimented list for a reason. It's just a great wintertime fragrance, especially if you're looking for great compliments. This one will get the job done. Just not in the opening maybe, but once that dry down hits, boom, every time. Okay, let's go with the value. This is a little bit of an interesting topic, alright? This fragrance is expensive, let's just say that right now. Tobacco Vanille for a 100ml bottle will cost you about $300. Obviously that is not cheap, but I'm gonna say this to you right now. If you were only to own one expensive, very nice winter cold weather fragrance, Tobacco Vanille would have to be the one for go for. It is expensive, but I think it is worth it because it performs so great. It's a compliment getter, it's pretty versatile, and it smells awesome. So I think if you got that kind of money, and if you just want one really nice cold weather fragrance, and if you don't own a lot of other fragrances, this one is the one to go for. And overall, you know, you pay for the presentation, you pay for the name. I think it is a pretty good value because even though it is so expensive, so I'm gonna score it a 3.5 out of 5. I do definitely think that you get what you pay for, although there's only so much I can get it because it is $300. That is not cheap by anybody's standards. Okay, let's wrap this thing up with age and sprays. This is 20 plus age group in my opinion. You gotta be a little bit more mature, you gotta be a little bit more of like a gentleman in my opinion to wear this, so I wouldn't recommend this for high schoolers whatsoever, especially if you're more mature gentleman, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s and up, you can wear this thing easily. 1 spray indoors, 2 sprays outdoors is what I'm saying. 2 sprays you can go outdoors for a little bit more better performance, but obviously this thing performs very good anyway, so you're not gonna need it. Okay, so let's go with a final rating of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This has been a staple in my winter fragrance rotation for a long time, ever since I've had it. I enjoy very much wearing this, so I'm going to score it a 9.5 out of 10, almost a perfect 10 out of 10. This is really a legend and a masterpiece in the fragrance community. It does live up absolutely to the hype in my opinion. Great smell, amazing smell. The only thing that brings it down a little bit is the opening. 5 out of 5 performance, hands down. But great for a wintertime, cold weather fragrance, very versatile, gets a lot of compliments. Value could be a touch better, but as I just said, it is a pretty good value. So overall, I'm not going to give it a perfect 10 out of 10. It's very close, but a 9.5 is still a very solid rating for this fragrance. Go check out Tobacco Vanille if you haven't already. If you're in the fragrance community, you've probably heard of this, and you need to try this stuff out, especially if you're looking for a great wintertime beast mode fragrance. So that'll be it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed my review of Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. Let me know what you thought about this review and what you thought about this fragrance in the comments section down below. Let's get that conversation started right up. So that will be it for me. Christmas is coming very, very soon. You can see with my Christmas tree, we just got it decorated a couple days ago. Really much looking forward to it. Happy holidays. Enjoy wearing all these great wintertime fragrances while you still can, because it's spring. I know it's a little bit of a time away, but it is coming. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later tomorrow with another review.